Hello, Lucy.
Hi.
What is that yellow thing you've got in front of you?
My bag.
Oh, I see. Have you heard the word bohemian? Probably not.
Yeah.
If I said your appearance is very bohemian today, what do I mean?
Look very free.
Yeah, sort of gypsy-like. Little waistcoat and you look very warm. Is it cold?
Yes, today is very cold.
What is the temperature?
mm, 20, I think it's 20
Oh,
degrees.
that's not cold.
It's cold
It's
for me.
about, yeah, that's true. It's 0 in England. Hello, Sandy.
Hello.
Do you like eating?
Yeah.
I thought you did. What did you have for Christmas dinner? Too much.
Christmas dinner. Uh, Actually, I was prepared for exam, so
Oh,
I
that's very good.
don't. Yeah. So
How many
I
exams
don't
have you
have a
you got
dinner.
left?
Pardon?
How many exams have you got left?
Uh, Two.
2. That's good. Is
Yes.
that does that include this hours next week?
Next week.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, in uh, no, no.
So that's 3 then.
Yes.
Do you think I should make next week's exam for this course very difficult?
No, no, no.
Why not? Make your case.
Uh, mm, uh,
That's all right, Sandy. Thank you. Jasmine, we've all been waiting for you. Where have you
Hello.
been? Did you have a nice week?
I could guess. Yes.
What did you do?
Um, I just lay on my bed during the Christmas weekend.
Why haven't you been studying? Are you too clever?
Um, no, I'm just lazy.
No, true. Very honest, true. Okay, thank you. Right. Claire, can you do the first one? Helen really likes sports and she's something of a gym in the city. Client, member, customer, partner. Which one is the best?
She's a member.
That's right, we say a member of a gym.
Mhm.
What's the difference between being a member and a
Being a
customer?
member, the customer means you just need to buy something in the shop, and the member means you have to get the membership, so then
That's
you can get into the shop or get into the someplace.
that's right, you have to fill forms and they know your address and everything.
Mhm.
What's a partner?
Partner means the relationship between some people.
Hmm. And client?
Uh-huh. I'm sorry.
And client? What's a client?
Sorry, I don't know.
You're a client of a professional person usually, so you might be a client of a doctor or a lawyer or somebody like that. So a client usually means some sort of professional relationship between you. Okay?
Okay.
Claire, all right. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Lily.
Hey.
If you'd like some help with your exercise routine and gym, you should book a session with which one?
I'm thinking is be a personal trainer or a gym advisor.
Yeah, we use the term permanent personal trainer. Gym advisor is grammatically correct. So is individual instructor and exercise teacher, but personal trainer is the best. Now, do you have a personal trainer?
No, I don't have, but I go to the gym.
What do you do in the gym?
I do some abs workout and running.
All right. On the treadmill?
Yeah.
Okay. How long on the
Tracking.
treadmill?
Oh.
How long on the treadmill do you?
Usually I run for 30 minutes.
Okay. When I was your age, I used to run. I walk now.
Oh.
Somebody told me we do it the wrong way round. Meaning that older people should go to the gym because they're fat often, and young people should not bother. What do you think of that?
I think everybody can go to the gym.
That's probably a good answer. Are your parents fat?
My dad is fat. My mother is thin.
Will he go to the gym with you?
No. He walk, and he will take a walk with me.
Oh, that's good. Why is he fat then?
Because he also eat a lot.
Okay. What happens to your metabolism? Do you know the word metabolism?
No. Oh, yeah.
All right. What happens to your metabolism as you get older? One of the reasons for getting fat, actually. But what happens to your metabolism?
It's slower, and if you exercise, you will easily get tired.
Yeah, it gets slower by about a third. I got hit by this when I turned 50 because I had to start running for a particular reason, and I put on about 10 kilos.
Wow.
And it took me about 2 years to lose it because it's not just exercise. You must cut down on the food you eat. So if you're doing a lot of exercise, you're probably eating a lot. Now, I know 50 seems a long time away, but when you get there, you'll probably get fat one day. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Tuba,
Yes, please.
do you do any exercise?
Yes, I am following now. I am reading.
Do you think you're as good as Lily?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. We should have a race. If it wasn't the end of the semester, I think you should go to the gym and see who can exercise the longest. Anyway, when you finish using gym equipment, you should something before the next person uses it. Which one? There's a particular phrase. They're all correct, but there's a particular best phrase.
Actually, I never used the white.
Yep. Which one is it? A or B?
Sorry, it's close. Maybe I never use wipe it down and wipe down it in my English, but I
No,
think
it's wipe it down.
more
Yeah.
suitable. Yes.
Wipe down it is wrong.
It down.
It's the wrong
No,
it's
wipe
grammar.
it down
Wipe
is
it down
correct.
is the usual. Yeah. And what
Okay.
does it refer to?
It is the gym equipment.
That's right. So that's wash it and clean it are also correct, but wipe it down is the best.
Best. Okay.
All right. Are gyms popular in Turkey?
Yes, especially in the last years, so popular.
Mixed or single people? Mixed or single sex, rather?
In my university, generally mix.
Mm. Are people more modest in Turkey than Taiwan? Are their clothes more modest?
Modest? I didn't understand.
Are less revealing?
Huh, clothes more modest. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yes, more
Mm.
than
And that's to
Taiwan.
do with the Muslim aspect of life.
Yeah, when you ask like that questions, I'm trying to answer about my, environment. So, but sometimes I think in general Turkey. So I'm mixed. What should I say? It's not like so Muslim dominant for everything. It's not like that. But yeah, I can understand you because you're just seeing Turkey in the TV and you can think like that.
Yeah, all I see on TV, or I hear on TV, is that there's a lot of tension
Yeah, unfortunately.
between Muslim extremists who want Sharia law and ordinary people who just want what we call a secular government. What's secular?
The secular government means the separate government and the religion. And
That's
manage
right.
the government without religion.
Non-religious. What about this new
Yes.
fellow, this new president? What would he like?
He's absolutely Muslim, but I think he uses people's feeling and people's religion. Because of this, the Turkey has a problem about at this point. Because he
He was called
shows
a nutter.
himself as a nutter. I don't know the nutter.
Yeah, what's a nutter? Have a guess. He was called a nutter by somebody in social media last week, and he's trying to arrest them.
Huh. Okay, I get it now. Yeah,
Crazy.
crazy.
No, he's taken offence because somebody in social media outside Turkey called him a nutter, and he doesn't like criticism.
Yes, he is so egoist also.
Yes, very much. All right,
Doesn't
thank
like
you, Tuba.
anymore. Thank you too.
Lucy. Can you name a president of the United States whose first name was Bill?
Clinton.
That's right. Mrs. Clinton's husband. He's famous for other things as well, but I'm not going to tell you this. Pearl can tell you later. Bill can't come to evening classes with us because he's only has an which one? Out of hours, off peak. He's talking about gyms.
I'm not really sure, but I think it's off hours.
No. Got 3 left. Keep going.
Out of hours.
No, out of hours means it's closed. So if you go to a shop and it's out of hours, it means the shop's closed. So it's something to do with peak. What's a peak? That's right. It's a point or like a little hump or mountain. When we talk about peak hours, peak shopping hours, what do you think that means?
Many people go there.
That's right. The peak shopping hours are the most busy. Like the peak hours, it's like a rush hour almost of traffic. Now, if he can't go to evening classes because they are peak hours, so what's it going to be, do you think? That doesn't help, does it? It's one of these two.
Out of peak.
No, it's the other one. It's off-peak. So it's off-peak membership. That's something that you wouldn't know unless you were in a context where you'd know it. But we can say off-peak, and it simply means that it's during hours when it's not too busy. So why do you think a gym is busiest in the evening?
He has to work.
During the day, yes. Okay, thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Sandy.
Hello.
If you have any valuables, what are valuables?
It means something expensive.
Right, so what are your valuables? What do you have?
Money and cell phone.
That's right. You should leave them in something in the changing room. Which one?
The locker.
Yeah, locker's the best. It implies it's locked. So a locker in the changing room. What's the changing room?
You can change your clothes in the changing room.
All right. Are they unisex?
Yes.
That means you all change together.
No, so not unisex.
No, they're separate.
Yes.
Actually, it's an interesting point. I don't know what the exact opposite word of unisex is. Just a minute. Sex, probably single sex. Of course, it's not working. I think it would be single sex. Okay? So unisex means both sexes, even though it's, and single sex means, so single sex toilets or single sex changing room mean only one gender uses it. But unisex means everybody uses the same facilities. We're having a problem in the West at the moment because they're very concerned about discrimination against transgender people. What's transgender, Lucy? Sandy, sorry. What's transgender, Sandy?
I think it means that transgender people if she actually is female, but she think he is male.
That's right.
But
So it could be
yes.
a male who thinks it's female, or a female who thinks it's male, or somebody that can't make the mind up about either. Now, in relation to toilets, for example, we usually have male and female, and often disabled. Now, the disabled toilets are unisex. So a disabled person who is male or female can use them. But because of transgender people, we call them TGs in Australia and the West, they're rapidly saying that most females don't want to share toilets with males because they said they're dirty. I could also argue females are dirty, in my house at least. But anyway, so what they're doing, they're having male toilets, female toilets, and they're calling these unisex toilets. So transgender people can go there and not feel discriminated against. So rapidly, disability is changing to unisex in Australia, at least. It's an odd situation. Do you have any transgender people in Taiwan, Sandy?
Yes, I think.
Are they discriminated against? Are they approved of?
Pardon?
Do people discriminate against transgender people?
Yes, I think part of people has discrimination against them.
We say in the West we pay lip service. Lip service to equality. I'm just writing this. But in reality, we may feel that they are not really equal. What that pay lip service means, yes, I approve that homosexual people, gay people, transgender people, disability should all be equal. But in reality, a lot of people only say it, and if you actually talk to them, you say, well, and they usually, not really want equality. It's a bit of a problem, but there's a lot of people in Australia like this. They say, yes, I approve, but if you actually talk to them, they don't. So it's a difficult situation. Thank you.
Nicholas.
Jasmine. Yes.
Well, I can't help in truth. And I'm thinking that, I mean, in law, we should not break the law and not to practice equal act. But you cannot control what people think in their mind.
No.
I mean, yeah, they can think whatever they want. For some Christian, they really think marriage is just between a man and a woman. But I think if in outside they don't practice discrimination, then it's okay, right?
I agree with you, Pearl. I personally think marriage is between a man and a woman, and I'm not Christian. I merely think that. I also believe that gay people should be allowed to have a civil union, but a civil union, it's essentially marriage, and however, in Australia, there is no gay marriage in Australia at the moment. A lot of people say it should be there, but there's certainly civil unions. But yes, it is. It almost as if we're not allowed to think. We're not allowed to have opinions anymore. And in fact, people say that we call this a nanny state. Jasmine, what's a nanny state?
Is uh, is a country that will protect their people or try to control.
That's right. So they try and control what you think and what you do. And if they object, you break the law, or they say, oh, you're not thinking correctly. So why do they call it a nanny state?
They give you a lot of benefit and they want to control it.
Correct, but we could just call it a controlling state. Why nanny? What's a nanny?
A person who take care of the baby.
Yes, and they tell you what to do all the time, don't they?
Yes.
That's why we call it a nanny state. Grandmothers love telling you what to do. They think they know better than you. Not all, but mostly. My grandma was a horror. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And she was still doing it when she was 101.
Sorry?
All right,
So
what were you going to say, Jasmine?
So what kind of country is in United States?
Well, a nanny state is, they try to control what you think and what you do. And if you object, you break the law.
So what country?
Well, you give me an example.
Like North Korean? Yeah.
That's worse than a nanny state. That's what do you call it? Totalitarian. That means that you're not allowed to think anything different from what dear Mr. Kim Jong tells you.
Like China?
China's not as bad. It's not as bad as North Korea, but yes, it's less free than the Western Taiwan, but it's much better than it used to be. In Australia, we have a lot of stupid laws saying that you can only open at 9 a.m., you must close at 5 p.m., and that's really stupid, but it is changing, but we have a lot of laws which are unnecessary. What do you think of Taiwan, Jasmine? Does that tell you what to do?
I think no.
No?
There's still some law to people who that forbidden us from doing something, but I don't think it was.
Okay, so what law do you object to personally? What do you think should be allowed that isn't?
I have no idea right now.
Okay. All right, we'll do this one. If you haven't, sorry, this one. Before you use any of the equipment, you need to have something with one of your instructors.
I guess is B.
Yeah, good. What's an induction?
How tell you how to do something.
And why do you think it's a good idea to have an induction?
Because the other is weird.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, but why is it a good idea to have an induction if you go to a gym or go to a new place? What's the point? What's the aim of having an induction?
Induction is the top at first time.
Yeah.
They tell you how to do things when you do it first.
So it's for safety in the gym. So don't run. Use the equipment sensibly and so on. We say in English, it's a statement of the obvious. Anybody with common sense, statement of the obvious. Anybody with common sense should know what to do, but they do like telling you about their rules, so you know. So what about you, Jasmine? Do you think that you are a conservative person? Or are you a rebel?
Sorry?
Are you a conservative person or a rebel?
I think it's rebel.
Oh, why?
Sometimes I will think out of the box when
Good.
someone tell me how to do something, and I will try to tell them I think that is not good or something.
Okay. Well, I hope it doesn't get you in trouble. Thank you, Jasmine. Zoe.
Thank you.
Hello.
What bird do Americans like to eat at Christmas? So what type of bird? It's a type of poultry, and it's not a chicken. So what bird do the US like eating at Christmas? Not duck, something else. Sorry?
Turkey.
Turkey, that's right.
Turkey.
Now, explain this joke to me. Those are turkeys. And it's Christmas.
I don't think it is a joke.
All right, well, who's this person?
Far. Oh. Oh. The turkey try to fool the blind person.
Yes, that's right. And why are they trying to fool him?
Because they don't want to be killed.
Yes, that's right. So how's he going to kill them?
Nicholas, have you ever killed a bird?
Yes, my father was actually called a fishmonger.
A butcher? Okay.
And he used to grow and kill poultry and fish. So when I was a child, we used to kill mainly chickens, also a few turkeys at Easter and Christmas, and he sold them in a shop. That was a long time ago. But so yes, I have. I could never understand why they used to put the giblets back in the chicken. So once they killed the chicken, giblets are the offal.
Ah, the inside organ. The organ.
That's right, the inside. So he would kill the chicken, chop its head off, take out all the inside, and then put them back in a plastic bag. And I was 6, and I could never understand why. The reason was some people like eating offal.
They could be delicious if well cooked.
Well, there, you know, it depends on what.
I think the
you,
way we kill a chicken is different from yours. We don't chop off their head.
What do you do?
We slice their throats and let go of the blood. Let it go of the blood, and then we'll and probably just let them die, and then throw them in hot water and get rid of their feather.
Well, in Australia, I think they do chop their heads off, but in an abattoir, they usually electrocute them first today. So abattoir.
It's more human.
Yeah.
Tuba,
well,
how do you
apparently.
kill chicken in Turkey? Do you know how to kill chicken in Turkey? Have you ever seen how chicken is
Actually,
killed?
I don't know, but yeah, some rules are required to kill because the Muslim people don't eat if the regulation is not good.
No.
Yeah.
But the killing animals.
Yeah,
they have to be obey the
properly.
yes,
Yeah, right.
exactly.
Yeah.
How do they kill turkeys in Turkey?
It's always like a joke in Turkey. It's like a joke.
Do you eat turkeys in Turkey?
No. Actually, we eat, but not much. Just sell in the markets.
They're very nice.
Not
They're very nice to eat, actually.
No, they are not delicious.
We don't want to
we
eat
think they are.
Yeah, they try to sell turkey drumsticks in the market, at the supermarket, but people seldom buy them.
Yeah.
Because it's not that tender as chicken drumstick.
Exactly.
And it costs a lot.
My father
here.
used to get the birds drunk. So before he
That's a
killed the
good way.
chickens, he'd give them alcohol, relax them, and said that their meat was more tender because when you killed them, they were relaxed.
And you will get drunk too.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I refused to eat chicken when I was a child because
chicken.
I thought killing them was inhumane. So
But you eat
but
McDonald's anyway. But you
I eat
ate
them
in
today. Yes,
McDonald's.
I've got over my objections. Right, Zoe, how does he kill them? What do you call this thing?
Huh?
3 letters beginning with A.
Egg.
Good, X, that's right. What do you call this? It begins with C and it's got 4 letters.
Can.
Yeah, cane. It's a funny word, but it's called a cane or a seeing eye cane. In other words, why does he use it? You said he's blind. Why does he need a cane?
Because he can see.
He can't see, correct, but what's the cane used for?
And or help the people walk.
Yes, they wave it in front to make sure they don't hit anybody. I used to have a blind girl in one of my classes. She was about 13, and she used to just swing the cane from side to side, and you got out the way or you got hit. That was her attitude. So, now, what are these turkeys pretending to be? What animal are they pretending to be?
Do you ask me, Nicola?
How?
Yeah, a cow, that's right. Moo. What does a cow say in Taiwanese?
Nyo.
Nyo, right.
Nyo.
That's Mandarin. Nicholas, Niu is Mandarin. You said Niu, a cow in Taiwanese, right? Do you know how to say it in
No, I
Taiwanese?
meant what sound does a cow make in Taiwanese or in Mandarin? Is there a separate thing in Taiwanese? Is there?
啊，牛怎么叫
Mo.
Did
Nyo.
you hear that?
Mo. Yeah, it
Mo.
sounds more like a cat to
said-
me. Meow.
That's
We
meow.
say
That's
moo.
cat. Moo.
Yeah, but we say moo for a cow at least. I don't know what sound oh yes we do. What sound do turkeys make? Gobble. They gobble. You say turkeys gobble, they go or something like that. I'm not very good, but
We don't have a word. We don't have a word for turkey, right? We just say.
yeah, we say they
have
gobble.
only- And chicken what? What's the verb for
A
chicken?
chicken clucks.
Okay, but for us it's only the same. You are a farm boy.
I used to live on a farm for many years, Pearl. I used to enjoy it. It was much better than living in the city. So, the only problem was
And the duck, Nicholas. How
quack.
about quack and
Quack.
goose? Goose.
Goose. I'm not sure. I think no.
Yeah, 鹅怎么叫? There's no word for goose. Verb.
Just a minute.
Chicken.
Oh, sorry. They honk.
Honk.
We say they honk. Like a
Honk.
car horn.
Okay.
I can't make the goose sound. Daniel, what's the plural of goose? What's the plural of goose? And don't say gooses.
Geese.
Yeah, geese. And what about deer? What's the plural?
The same.
Same, that's right. What about reindeer?
Also the same.
That's right, reindeer. I was listening to a fellow on the news yesterday talking about reindeers. He's your age and doesn't know English properly. Because he keeps saying reindeer, it's just reindeer. All right, so I just want to talk briefly about Christmas in Australia. Daniel, what time of the year is it in Taiwan? Autumn, spring, summer, winter?
Actually winter.
All right. And when do you have your school holidays?
In the winter and summer.
When's your long school holiday? Middle of the year?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in Australia, the summer holidays are in January, or December and January. So Christmas comes towards the beginning of the summer holidays. It's summer in Australia, very hot here, we think so. Children have their summer holidays from mid-December to early February, so the schools are off here until the end of January. So some people might even be camping at Christmas. What is camping, Daniel?
Camping is you live in the
Tent.
you live tent. Yes.
That's right. That's right. And in Australia, a lot of people go camping at Christmas. They like to go out and pretend that they're living in the wild. What's the dangers of camping in Australia? So what dangers, if you went camping, would you face in a tent?
You may actually be
What,
eaten by a bear.
what, yeah, eaten, that's right. So what could you get eaten by?
Bear.
Not a bear. Koala bears don't eat people. Ants, snakes, crocodiles, they're all out there in the wild. Have you heard of a drop bear?
No.
It is the definition of a drop bear is a predatory carnivorous version of a koala. What's predatory? So what is predatory, Daniel?
Something that may attack, aggressive attack.
That's right. And what is carnivorous?
Animal that eat meat.
All right. What animals? What do you call animals that only eat vegetables and green forest or green material? And don't say vegetarian. They eat lots of herbs and greenery.
I don't know.
Anybody? What do you call animals that eat green vegetables and grains and trees and so on? Begins with H and it ends in vor.
Herbivore.
That's right, it's a herbivore. And what do you call something that eats both meat and greens?
好难啊。
Something else for.
为什么我找不到 ？Omnivorous.
That's right, an omnivore.
Omnivorous.
Or omnivorous, yeah. Omnivore is the noun, omnivorous is the adjective. So what are you? What do you eat? Are you a herbivore, a carnivore, or an omnivore? Personally.
Omnivore.
Omnivore. Most people are omnivores. Some people are vegetarians and vegans. All right, now I'm still waiting to hear. All right, what a drop bear is, Daniel. You have to describe it in your words. You said predatory and carnivorous. So what's it saying?
So, drop bear is a mean koala that eats
Yeah.
meat.
Now, this is what we scare tourists with. We say they drop out of trees and attack you. So it says a drop bear, sometimes a drop bear is a hoax. What's a hoax?
Uh, a trick.
A trick, yeah, not real. All right. Jenny? Contemporary Australian folklore. Explain what that means. What's contemporary?
Contemporary means modern.
Yes, modern or current. Australian. And what's folklore?
Folklore. Folklore. Some story, traditional story.
So mythology or legend.
Or legend.
Yeah, so in other words, it's not real. It's a hoax. So, and why, and can you pronounce this, Jenny? I know you're very clever.
But solar toes. Is that right?
No, it's Fascolatos Cinereus. Fascolatos
Cinereus.
Now it's Latin. I did 10 years of Latin at school.
Okay.
Now, why do we have a Latin name? What's the point?
Latin. That's like our common language.
I've written it here.
Oh wait, animal and human groups are classified.
Right, so what are you? In Latin, what are humans? What are you?
Mammal.
Yes, that's not Latin, though. You are a mammal, I hope. So, but what are you in Latin? What's the? Yeah, that's right. You're on the right track. Homo
what?
Yeah, Homo what?
Income.
No. Begins with S.
Let me look up for this human.
You should know this, I think. That's right.
Homo.
Homo what?
Begin with S.
Say it. Homo.
Sapien.
Oh, sapiens.
Sapien.
Now, what does Homo mean and what does sapiens mean?
Homo means human.
No, it means man, actually. But yes,
man.
today it would mean human. A non-gender. What's sapiens, do you think? If you are sapient
Sapiens.
or sapiens, what does...
You have A wisdom.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're wise.
clever friends.
So in English, it's wise or wise human or wise man. And we are the latest version of Homo. Previous ones were Homo erectus, Homo Neanderthal. I think it's Neanderthal or something. And this is the proposed evolution in anthropology. I did anthropology at school. And I know Christians may not agree with this, but they say, well, you went from Neanderthal to Homo erectus to Homo sapiens, and the future one will be Homo superior. So we've not yet reached that stage of evolution.
Oh,
So
superior.
Jay,
Yes.
it's not that cold. You're wearing a ski jacket. Jay, I'm assuming that you're Homo sapiens. Is that correct?
No.
No, you're not Homo sapiens. What are you then? Are you a Neanderthal?
No.
Well, let's say for discussion purposes you belong to Homo sapiens, as most people do. Now, Homo superior is said to be the next version of humanity in a few thousand years. What characteristics do you think we may see in future evolution? So Homo superior, I've typed it there. What characteristics do you think we might see in future human evolution?
Probably we don't have leg because we're too lazy.
What about your mind? What do you think might happen to it? Hopefully yours will improve, but what do you think will happen to your mind?
Maybe smarter.
You might be smarter. Tuba, give me a word for the ability to know what I'm thinking.
The ability knows what you are thinking.
Yeah, if I know what you're thinking
Huh.
and can project my thoughts to you, what's it called? Begins with T and it ends in Y.
Actually, now I am thinking.
Yeah, I know, I can hear you.
I don't know.
Anybody?
The adjective that know what I'm thinking, the asking. The adjective.
Yeah. What is it?
I'm explaining that the teacher.
That's correct. That's correct, Jay. Telepathy.
Telepathy. Okay.
I know you know it in Turkish too, but I wanted it in English.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay.
Now
I
Cindy,
realize that.
Hello.
you are presently in Taiwan, are you not?
Present tense.
Right. Presently, you are in the Taiwanese classroom. If you want to come to Australia, how can you most quickly get here?
Airplane.
Yeah. Okay. Say in the future there's no aeroplanes. how can you get here? Have you ever watched Star Trek?
Star Trek?
You know Star Trek? How do they get to the ground from the ship in Star Trek? In English, begins with T and ends in T.
Teleport.
Yeah, they teleport. So you know that thing they walk into and they go shh and go down to the ground. One day we might teleport. You
You
just think I
mean,
want to go to Australia, and you're in Australia. Is that likely to happen in your lifetime, Cindy? Teleportation.
Teleportation.
Do you think you'll see that in your lifetime?
I think I was scared.
Yes, I don't think it's likely, but what is it? A sufficiently advanced. Actually, I'll just put this up. Um, Cindy, who was Albert Einstein? Oh, actually, it wasn't. Sorry, it was somebody else. I thought it was Einstein, but it was somebody else that said this. Just a minute. Actually, I'll ask EJ this. I know she's been sitting there doing nothing. Hello, EJ.
Hi.
You look like a young schoolgirl today with this red jersey on. EJ, Arthur Clarke was a science fiction writer in English. He's dead now, but he said any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Explain that to me.
It means the more advanced technology appear in our life, maybe it's just like magic, but we don't know, we don't take them as magic.
Correct. Now, 1,000 years ago, if a car had suddenly appeared in ancient Taiwan, whatever it was called then, so 1,000 years ago, a car suddenly appears, that would be magic, would it not? Correct? They'd think it was magic.
Yes.
Now, if I told you that mass teleportation was possible. Just a minute. If I told you mass teleportation was likely to be possible in the next century, would you think that was magic? So in other words, like Star Trek, you can walk into a place and go straight away to another place instead of flying or have mass teleportation. Would you say, oh, that's magic, or would you say, well, who knows?
Yeah, I think maybe it will realize someday.
That's correct, it may be. So 1,000 years ago, that's magic, it's not possible. Today, anything is possible. Have you ever, EJ, have you ever watched the early Star Trek episodes?
No, no.
They used to have what they call communicators that would show a picture and you talk to them. We now have them. They're called smartphones. And you can see a video phone. Have you ever seen Thunderbirds? The puppets.
I don't think they have seen it. You got to play that commercial. Only we understand. I don't think they've seen that.
I think we played this last year.
Earlier. Yeah, we should play it again, just for our sake.
Here it is. We'll have a break after we place this, just a minute. This is, what are puppets, CJ? Actually, no. Sarah, what are puppets?
Hi, it's doll.
It's what?
Doll. Doll.
I can't understand you.
打字 DOLL.
Having a communication difficulties here. Just a minute. Those are puppets. So you can operate them by a doll. Sorry, I wasn't hearing. All right, they're not really dolls. Puppets are things that you can stick your hand in to operate them, or they can be on strings. All right, and they're called puppets. Now, Thunderbirds was a puppet show. It was originally when I was a child in the 60s. 1960s, that is. That's a long time ago. This was very popular. I'm just going to play you the introduction to Thunderbirds. Greg, you might have to start this, please.
Don't they have a theme song?
That was the theme song.
No, I mean, I think there's a actress, a beautiful actress.
Oh, there was Penelope.
Yeah. But she was in uniform.
Sorry, just a minute. Sorry?
That one, in suits.
I don't know. That's the only one I can find. But Thunderbirds are now a cult program. Sarah, what is a cult program?
I don't know.
What's a cult?
Cult.
Yeah.
Cult. Religion.
It's sort of like a religion. It's a closed group of people. So in other words, you can't get in unless you like a particular thing. So a cult program is a program, in this case a television program, liked by a particular group of people. Have you heard of the Big Bang Theory? The program? No? Yes? Is this popular in your country, Pearl, the Big Bang Theory? Pearl?
I don't have a TV.
Oh, don't you? You're a very good person.
Yeah. I wonder,
It's a comedy.
Is it a theory or a drama?
No. It's a comedy show.
Okay.
I think you'd find it very funny, actually.
Some students know about it.
It has a cult following, which means that you either hate it or you like it. I think it's very funny, and it's the same with Thunderbirds. It's very corny. Sarah, what is corny? If a program is corny.
As cheesy?
Yeah, cheesy. Yeah, cheesy. It's very predictable, it's very cheesy, but it's fun to watch, especially when you're drunk. So, it's a bit like the Big Bang Theory, but a cult following means that a lot of people like it. It's often young people. You belong. Yeah, it's fantastic. Other people hate it. So I don't like Thunderbirds anymore. I'm sick of it. But I loved it when I was a child. So. Okay, Pearl, shall we have a break? And then I will talk about the exam, because I need to tell you a few things about it.
Excuse me, have we finished the article?
No, we'll finish it later.
Okay, yeah.
And then the student presentation, and then we'll go back to the article. Okay?
Okay, so we will begin with the student presentation after break.
All right,
There's
begin
only
with the
one?
student presentation.
Okay.
There's only one. Then I'll talk
Yeah.
about the exam, then we'll go back to the article.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, all right.
I'm Daniel, and my teammate is Jay. Okay, and today we are going to talk about island in Taiwan. First of all, as you all know, there are many islands separate on the Taiwan Strait, and you can see that the biggest one is Penghu Islands. Penghu Island is considered somewhere that people can go on a vacation throughout the year. The reason is because Penghu Island is very hot, and also it didn't rains a lot. Okay, so Penghu Island is made up by 90 small islands, and Magong is its only city. It means that Penghu is rich in natural landscape, especially the coastline. Additionally, temples and many Chinese traditional buildings can also be founded there because of the colonial background. And you can see that this is Penghu. And this picture is very famous for us because it always can be found in our geography textbook because it's gorgeous and it's very famous. And now I'll introduce the oldest temple in Taiwan. It's Mazu Temple. It is built in the Ming Dynasty, and it is considered the oldest temple not only in Penghu but also in Taiwan. And people celebrate the goddess of ocean, who bless the fishermen safety across the sea. And now we are going to talk about the natural coastline. As I have mentioned, Penghu is made out of 90 islands, so the coastline, so that has many coastlines. And you can do some activity at there, like snorkeling, scuba diving, and surfing. But something special is that you can go night fishing in Penghu. It is said that if you don't go night fishing, don't say that you have been to Penghu. And the most special view is the double arch stone wave. These things is built to catch fish. You can see that the middle of it is just allowed fish to go in, but fish are not available to go out, so that people in there can catch fishes easily. And the last, I will tell you 2 ways how to go to Penghu. First, you can take planes from Taipei, Taichung, or Kaohsiung. And the second, you can take boat to there.
Hi, because let me talk about Kinmen. Because my mom is from Kinmen, so I want to talk about this island. The distance between Kinmen and Taiwan is 235 kilometers. It's just next to the Xiamen city, which belongs to China. There's a large number of traditional Ming style building in Kinmen. The Ming style is come from the Fujian name, and it means Fujian privacy. And there's a lot of military sites that's open to tourists because we have war with China between the year 1945 to 1979. And so we have a lot of military sites in Kinmen because I just mentioned that Kinmen is just next to China's Xiamen city. And now this is a gateway from Taiwan to China. Taiwanese can take plane from Taipei or Kaohsiung to Kinmen and go to Xiamen by boat. Or the other way, the Chinese can take plane to Xiamen and take boat to Kinmen and take some plane to Taiwan. And this is the Ming style building in picture. And this is a very special building in Kinmen. In the world, this building is taken over by the China military and become their building. And this is a bullet hole, a lot of bullet hole on this building. And this is a military terminal, recently opened for the tourism to visit it, because we don't have war between us and China. And this is a Shangyi airport. Shanghai Airport is originally owned by the military. So back then, if you want to go to Kinmen, you have to take the military boat from Kaohsiung in here and to Kinmen. And some tradition in Kinmen, there is a wild winged lion god. The people there believe that the winged lion god can defend the wind because the wind is very strong in Kinmen. And there's a Kinmen City God Festival. The Kinmen City God is over 300 years old. And the celebrate of the city God birthday every year. Because there's originally 4 gates in there. Because Kinmen has a castle back then. And we celebrate by the gate. Like the first year will maybe the north gate, and next year will be the east gate or the west gate, and then there's the south gate. So the 4 gate people celebrate they'll hold the city god festival every 4 years. And military building, I just mentioned it. And the last I will talk about some special from Kinmen. And the Kaoliang liquor is a very, very famous liquor from Kinmen. And next, knife. Because we have war between us and China, and a lot of cannon fire from here to there and there from here. So a lot of cannon we can make knife. And that's a peanut candy. The peanut candy is originally we made to the empire to make to the empire. It means the candy was tribute to the empire. So if you want to eat the same snake as the empire, you can buy some from him. Thank you. Do you have some question?
Nicholas, do you have any?
Yeah, who gets the income from these islands? China or Taiwan?
Kinmen?
You mean tax?
Yeah.
Tax? You mean
Tax?
Here's the income.
Yeah.
Taiwan. It belongs to Taiwan.
It belongs to Taiwan, but it's tax-free for China people.
Okay, so the islands are regarded as part of Taiwan, not China.
Yes.
Okay, so the people that run the tourist facilities, they're Taiwanese.
Yes, or the local people there.
Okay, okay, so some people live on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. That was good, thank you. I didn't know about these islands.
Really? Yeah.
You know, Nicholas, while they are taking picture of the members,
Right, shall we go back to Christmas now?
You said you were going to show us some Christmas picture from Australia.
No, I'm still doing this. We didn't really celebrate this Christmas this year, Pearl, because of my mother. So anyway, it's not a Christmas, so we don't have drop bears. We do have massive bushfires, and many volunteer bushfighters are involved in saving people and property, and they travel from all over Australia. Claire, what are volunteer bushfighters? So Claire, what are volunteer bushfighters? Oh, Claire, we can't hear you. Can you type it?
Me neither. Me neither. We cannot
No, we could
hear
hear
her
before.
as well. Yeah,
Claire,
a
can
while
you
ago
hear
it
me?
was okay.
All right, Claire, you're very faint. What are a volunteer bushfighter? Can you type it?
Sorry, I couldn't, I don't know. I
All
don't know
right.
about volunteer.
Lily, can you help Claire and tell her what a volunteer bushfighter is?
Hello. I think it's like volunteering, helping the firefighters' job.
That's right. There's a lot of voluntary work done in Australia, and the volunteer bushfighters, or bushfire fighters, I should say, are well known in Australia for. It's quite dangerous. It's not without its risks. We have a lot of bushfires here, and they can kill people. We get them every year. We're just about to start, and they're called wildfires in the US. They're very hard to control. Lily, what does rural mean?
Not in the city, in the wild.
That's right. So what's the opposite word? In the country, not the wild.
Urban.
Urban, yeah. We don't have it. Well, we do have urban bushfires, but they get paid. Okay. Lost now. Just a minute. Australians, Zoe, can you answer the text message I sent you, please? Australians hang wreaths on their front doors and sometimes go out Christmas carol singing. Who has been to an English-speaking country, Pearl?
Lily, for one, she has been to England.
Can we ask anybody else? Because Lily seems to be answering a lot of questions too well. Anybody else? EJ? No, you haven't been, have you?
No.
In the class, Lily's the only one who has studied.
Lily's the only one.
During
All right, Lily, you're very special.
Overseas.
Lily, what are wreaths and carol singing? You can explain it to the others.
What? Carol singing?
What are wreaths and carol singing?
The wreath is something you hang on the front door when Christmas. And I heard that you're standing under two people standing under the thing have to kiss. Is that?
No, that's mistletoe. Obviously you've been doing that when you were overseas, you naughty girl. That is a tradition from America. That's called a wreath. That's mistletoe. It's
that's a different.
Yeah, it's it's a tradition in America, and it's still observed. It's some sort of bush mistletoe. A wreath is just a group of flowers. Do you know the other occasion when we use a wreath, Lily? decoration. Do you know the other occasion when a wreath might be sent?
Maybe some girls when they go to weddings, they put on their head. Is that?
Yeah, no, it's at funerals. People often send wreaths of flowers at funerals, so there's two very different celebrations there.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah. Now, do you know what Christmas carol singing is?
There are some songs they will go to sing to people.
Yep.
Like some Christian or religious.
Yeah, they're a sort of a religious song. They're called carols, lyrics. Do you know any particular? They're not always religious. Do you know Jingle Bells? Is that common in Taiwan?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's common.
Or things like Jingle Bells and Silent Nights is, I don't know if it's known in Taiwan, but it's very well known in the West. And there's
Taiwan
others as
also
well.
have that.
Yeah. They're called carols anyway. Lucy, do you know what Christmas Eve is?
It's the night before Christmas.
That's right, the night before Christmas. So New Year's Eve is the night before New Year, but Eve means the day before or the night before. Anyway, people also decorate their houses and gardens with Christmas trees and Christmas lights. This is very extreme. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people in the West, they have lots of fairy lights and they decorate all their houses and they do this, and it's very elaborate. We say elaborate. It means very complex. It can be quite expensive. Sandy, why would this be expensive if you covered your house in lights?
Sorry, pardon?
Yeah. Why would this be expensive?
Because maybe because you have to buy many lights.
Yes, that's one expense. What else? Another big expense.
You have to build it.
You have to build it, and yes, if you don't do it yourself, it will cost a lot of money to put it up. One more big expense. What makes light? How do you light? What makes light? How do you light a light bulb? Or does light run by itself? Is it magic? Electricity, yes. It costs them a lot of money for electricity. Some of these people spend thousands of dollars on electrical connections. They do this every year, and I know one person that does it. It says it costs him about $1,500. This is Australian dollars a year, which is a lot of money for a few Christmas lights. But a lot of people like traveling and looking at them, so they go for miles and miles to watch them. So neighbors sometimes have little competitions to see who's got the best light display. So you get a whole street with Christmas lights. the neighbors visit each other to look at the light displays at night. Sometimes the displays are put out as early as December, so I've seen a display near us, and he put it out in mid-November, so 6 weeks before Christmas. And one street in Sydney, they raise money for every year for charity with a coordinated street display. Sandy, what's that, a coordinated street display?
It means that everyone in the street have planned together to display.
That's right. Do they do anything in like this in Taiwan?
Yes, we have.
When would you do it? What festival?
Maybe Lantern Festival.
And when's that?
February.
February. Okay. What does that signify? What's the significance of the Lantern Festival? Is it religious or is it cultural or both?
Cultural.
Okay. And what does it commemorate? What does it celebrate?
Just celebrate the end of Chinese New Year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now, according to the website, well, in each state capital in Australia, this is true, we have a large carols by candlelight service. Zoe, can you read my text message and answer it, please, here? Sorry, that's Zoe. Sorry to disturb you. Anyway, the famous Australian singers, you won't have heard of any of these people. They're very Australian. The Wiggles, I don't know if they've got out of Australia, but they're a group of men that sing very childish songs for children. They call them the Wiggles. There's 4 Wiggles, and they're all worth about $100 million. So their career as singers for children, they've done very well for themselves. Anyway, many more sing these carols. They're held in different cities. They're broadcast on TV across Australia. There are also huge Christmas pageants. Pageants are just celebrations. They're like a party, a street party, and everybody gets together. And Christmas is still special here. It's more cultural than religious now. And in some places, the fireworks display. Many times the cities also hold their own services. These are carols by candlelight. Jasmine, what's candlelight?
It's maybe like a candle.
Yes. There's lots of candles. So they put them all together and they call it carols by candlelight, because they do have other lights as well, obviously, but it's quite popular, and all the families take their children, they all sway together and sing, and if you like that sort of thing, it's very good. Now, according to the site I visited, Christmas in Taiwan, who lives in Taipei?
Daniel live in Taipei.
Daniel, were you in Taipei in 2012?
Yes.
Right. Do you know what this is?
I don't know.
Do you celebrate Christmas in Taipei?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it says it's more celebrated in Taiwan than in mainland China. Not many people in Taiwan are Christians, only about 5%. What, Daniel, what religion are most people in Taiwan?
Buddhist.
Buddhist. Okay. Are you a good Buddhist?
I don't know.
You're not sure. That means no. Many stores still sell Christmas-related items. It's not a national holiday. Zoe, why do you think? Why do people bother selling Christmas items in Taiwan? What's the point?
Business.
Yeah, business. It's entirely commercialized. While there are some Christian people that celebrate Christmas because it's Christmas, it's a Christian festival, but in Australia and the West, most people, it's now just a commercialized holiday when everybody gives each other gifts. EJ, does your family celebrate Christmas?
No, my family don't celebrate, but friends celebrate.
Okay, do
We
you get any
celebrate
presents?
with
Did you get any presents for Christmas?
present. Oh,
Presents.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
did you get? Is it private or can you tell us?
Yes, I was told that many young people have exchange presents during Christmas holidays. Even, yeah.
So it's a sign of affection.
Yeah.
Thank you, EJ. Jay, did you get anything for Christmas? Or did you get that? How about that jacket? Was that for
No.
Christmas?
No.
No. A lot of people celebrate Christmas, and apparently parents at Taiwanese English schools expect a full Christmas festival with all these things. Jay, who was Santa Claus?
The person give gift to children in Christmas.
Yeah, how does he get into your house?
烟囱要怎么说？烟囱我知道。Chimney.
Yeah. When my daughter was about 6, we told her how Santa Claus got in. She says it's a bit creepy coming down a chimney. We tell all the children here about stranger danger. What's that, Jay? Stranger danger.
Stranger is dangerous for children.
That's right. And so here we are telling, be careful of strangers. And then at Christmas we say, well, Santa Claus might appear in your bedroom down a chimney and start giving you presents. Very odd. Okay. Many schools have a pageant. I still don't know what a sugar plum fairy is. A fairy is, well, you're not fairies. They fly around your garden and give you gifts. Sugar plums are a type of sweet we eat at Christmas, and for some reason they're called sugar plum fairies. Reindeer, snowflakes, elves. Yep.
Can you show us picture of sugar plum fairies?
Yes.
That's familiar to us.
With sugar plum. It's actually ballet. Yeah, the sugar plum fairies come from a ballet, which I didn't know until you asked me to do this, and it's interesting. So that's a sugar plum fairy, but it appears to be something to do with one of the origins were in ballets, and they dress up in pink, and you can have a sugar plum Christmas fairy, I guess. Yeah. Oh, all right. You stick it on the top of your tree. That was that used to be a tradition, that you stuck a fairy on top of your tree. And so this is very American. Most people in Australia don't have a tree like this because we don't get snow. It's too hot. We just have a little one. But what about you, Jay? Do you like fairies?
I don't believe that.
No. Another name for a fairy is a gay male. So if you're a fairy, you're a gay male. It's a bit it's considered offensive now, but when I was your age, we used to say, "Oh, he's fairy," it meant he was gay. And that we didn't call them sugar plum fairies, we just called them fairies. So so anyway, I did put something together for Christmas in Czechoslovakia, but we don't have any people here today. And Tuba, I did talk to you before about Christmas. Tell us about Christmas in Turkey. And we know you don't eat turkey, so that's all right.
In Turkey, about Christmas, there's actually not so much special thing. But in like a Taiwan, we are also putting some trees, some amazing atmosphere we are trying to create, but not just for Christmas. In Turkey, Christmas and the New Year always mixed, so they think that the New Year is like a Christmas, so nothing so special for Christmas.
So your New Year is the same as the Western New Year, I guess?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Have you celebrated Christmas? Are you by yourself in Taiwan?
Are you by yourself?
Are you by yourself in Taiwan? Are you alone?
Yeah, I am alone.
Yeah. What happens next? Are you going back to Turkey, or you hope to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I am going next week the Asia travel. First the Philippines, and then Indonesia, and then Malaysia, and then Thailand, like for 1 month. And then I'm coming back to Taipei, and then going back Turkey 9th February.
Okay.
1 month for travel, yes.
That should be quite interesting.
No, I'm meeting with my friends in the Philippines, with my Turkish friends.
Okay. Where will you stay on your travels? Where will you stay?
Or sometimes we are gonna check the coach surfing. Do you know the coach surfing?
I do. What about hitchhiking? Would you ever do that?
Hitchhiking? I never tried here, but in Turkey, in our school, we always use.
It was very, very
it's
popular
safe.
when I was your age, Tuba, and I hitchhiked all over Europe and all over India and all over Asia when I was about 20 and 21. And these days, hitchhiking, hitchhiking is quite dangerous, especially for girls by themselves. I had no trouble, but I traveled for nearly a year by hitchhiking, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I went right around the world, except America. You don't hitchhike in America. Too many serial killers. They would look for hitchhikers.
Yeah, don't say it to me like these things. I'm so afraid.
Only in America. They're all crazy over there.
But I also don't prefer to make hitchhiking in the Asia. I don't think so. It is safe. In Taiwan, I absolutely make. I trust people a lot in here, but in the other countries, I don't think so.
No. Lily, what was your experience of being in, was it the US?
Hi, I've been to UK
UK.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't go hitchhiking there, would you?
Hitchhiking? Oh no, no.
No. What part of the UK were you in?
What part? Oh, London. In
London, yeah.
Waterloo.
Waterloo Station.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
I went there with my high school classmates group, and we went there to have some like summer English program. Yeah.
How long did you stay?
I stayed 3 weeks in
3
England.
weeks. It's a good time. I used to live in London many years ago. I loved it.
I like there.
We say
weather
very
is good.
cosmopolitan. You must have got good weather because it's horrible. What's cosmopolitan?
International and well developed.
Yeah, so lots of cultures, lots of development and so on. It's very different to Taiwan. Give me a few differences.
For example, they have many museums and old buildings, and yeah, they preserved very well.
What, the people or the buildings? They have lots of English people too, which is the difference. And where do people live? Would you agree that people live in houses rather than apartments?
Houses. I think houses is more than
They're more
apartments.
common in the West than Taiwan in particular. There's increasing numbers of high-rise in the West because there's so many people that they can't give them all houses, so they shove them like in Taiwan. We say they rack and stack them and they go upwards instead of outwards because there's not enough room and it's cheaper. But London has got a lot of apartments. But if you ever go to New York and America, most people there live in apartments. It's too expensive and too crowded for houses, so it's a little bit like Taiwan or Asia. Okay,
yeah,
thank
in
you.
Taiwan,
Yeah, go on. Taiwan,
Yeah, I just want to say, agree with you to live in apartment because I live in 21 floors. So Taiwanese usually live in apartments.
Do you go up the stairs or do you get the lift?
No, I never go up by stairs.
Keep you fit. Okay, thank you, Lily. All right. Yeah.
Before we go to another unit, Jenny has sent you some website address to show you
Have you, Jenny?
our funeral wreath. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, here we are, Jenny. Just a minute.
What our funeral wreath is like in our culture. So this is the Christmas line in Kaohsiung.
Yep.
Okay.
Where's the funeral wreath?
There's the other website
Oh,
address.
oh, there it is. Sorry, I found it. Yep. It's a very long one.
Yeah, that one is, I think, let me see. I don't know.
Oh. I see. So it's a.
You have to go down.
I'd have to go down.
Can we go down? See, because we are very practical people. They use can.
What do they do with the cans when they're finished? They bury them.
Well, I don't know. This is beer, right? This one is beer. Yeah.
It's interesting the different. Yes, I can. It's interesting the different things people do.
But there's another one. There's another
What's
picture.
Where?
Another picture. Yeah. Probably the first one. The shorter one.
Oh, there, sorry, yep. Yes, I have, just a minute. I didn't see these, sorry. I'm telling people off for not looking at the text. What's that one? Oh, that's a wreath as well?
Yeah, that's,
Okay. That looks like a target to shoot at.
yeah, it's means that. Yeah. You have to go down. Yeah.
If you put that up in Australia, people would start shooting at it, Pearl.
Really? Okay, so that's our
All right.
funeral wreath. It's different from yours, right?
Very different, indeed.
Okay, and
Most
you
people...
cannot send, and
Yep.
there are certain flowers that belong to the funeral. Yeah, you cannot send a 菊花怎么讲？可是
Juhas
the
Maja.
orange flower. 菊花, that's association with death. You cannot send it. You cannot use it in a wedding or what. 菊花怎么讲？什么什么门？
Are most people cremated in Taiwan, or are they buried?
If you are rich, you can afford to be buried, but it's difficult to get a piece of land. So these days, people got themselves cremated. And they even spread to the sea or under a tree.
Yeah, under a tree is nice. Get eaten by fish in the sea.
Okay, you can send chrysanthemum flower.
Chrysanthemum, you can't send them. Why not?
Because it's association with death.
Okay, chrysanthemum is interesting.
Well, yeah, if you go to your partner's family and you give your future mother-in-law a bouquet of this, she will be very unhappy.
I must try that. Oh, she's a difficult lady.
Okay, I'm finished.
All right. I'm not going to do... remember, what we've done today will not be in your exam, okay? So read what I've written on the final exam. We'll just spend the last few minutes getting people to talk about these pictures. Do you want to pick them, Pearl? Or shall I?
To say anything. Why don't we start with Howard and then he can then someone follow
All right.
him. 你先回答这个以后，你指定另外一个人。
I can't see Howard, which is why he's got asked no questions. What's he doing? Hiding. Are you logged on, Howard? You're not, are you, naughty thing?
No, he said he has difficulty logging in, but he's here. He can
All right,
see the
well,
big
Howard
screen.
can... Well, let's make him talk for the next 15 minutes. Go on, Howard, start talking. What's this?
This picture?
Yep.
Einstein.
Right, and what's an Einstein marionette? And don't look it up, I want you to tell me what it is.
1931.
Yes. What's a marionette?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Don't look it up, use the picture. You should be able to work it out from the picture. It says Albert Einstein with an Einstein marionette. So what's he holding?
What's that? Oh, a doll.
Yeah, it's got strings on the top. What's that for? You can't see them very well, but there's strings here.
I don't know what's that for.
We'll have a guess.
Puppy?
Yes, puppet.
Oh.
Not puppy, puppet. And a marionette is another word. Well, it's this type of puppet where you control the movements of the arms and legs with strings. And this is actually a marionette or a puppet of himself. It looks a bit like him. He's known for his wild appearance. What do you think these are?
I don't know.
They're palm fronds.
Fur? Oh, fur.
Palm fronds. Yeah, fronds, not fronds, fronds. All right. You pick somebody to speak next, Howard.
Oh.
So who do you want to describe this for us?
Oh, Cindy. Cindy.
Cindy. All right, Cindy, there you are. This is yours. What's this guy doing?
He just do the surgery by himself.
Right. What's he doing?
How I had you?
What's he doing, Cindy?
I don't know. I think it's disgusting.
Yes, I know. It's all right. It's in black and white. It's not in red. I made it black and white so it wouldn't look horrible. So what surgery is he doing on himself?
Removing his own
appendix.
Appendix.
Right. Appendix, yeah. Now, why is he removing his own appendix? Why can't somebody else do it? The reason is actually in this writing, the caption. So this is called the caption. So why is he removing his appendix? Why doesn't he go to hospital?
No, because he go to expedition.
Yes, so
And
what's an Antarctic expedition?
The South Pole. South Pole.
Yes, the South Pole, not South Pole, South Pole, and it's very cold, and there ain't no hospital. Sorry, P-O-L-E, not poor. It's very cold, and he's on an expedition, a journey, or a like not a holiday, but a scientific journey to the Antarctic, and this was in 1961. What would happen today? So if he had an appendix problem now, what would happen today, do you think?
If it happening to them, maybe has somebody help him. I think.
Yeah, somebody would help him, I think. Could you do this? Would you like to be a surgeon, Cindy?
No.
Why not?
I hate it.
You don't like it, all right. So you certainly wouldn't do it on yourself. All right. Cindy, who shall I ask the next question to? You pick somebody.
Jasmine.
You can't pick Howard. Jasmine, all right.
Jasmine.
Not Jasmine, Jasmine. All right, Jasmine, or Jasmine. What's this?
Construction of rocket. Is this rocket?
It's not a rocket. This should not say status. It should say statue. That's not my. What's a, excuse me. What's a statue?
A kind of things that can see like a stone.
Yeah. Do you know what this is?
Do you mean the status in
It's not status, it's statue.
statue?
Statue.
Oh.
And this is a very
Statue.
famous statue in do you know where where is Rio de Janeiro? What capital of what country is it?
In the
Brazil.
I don't know how. Brazil.
Brazil. Not Brazil. Okay. Now, I'll just show you what the final statue looks like. That's the statue there. It's called Christ the Redeemer. And you can see it's looking down on the city of Rio de Janeiro. So it wouldn't be easy to build. So this is when it was being made in 1931. Now, do you know what this stuff is? What would you call it in English?
I don't know.
All right, it's called scaffolding. What's it for?
It helps the people to construct the.
That's right. So they climb up and down it, and they can safely make the statue. It's not with that. I think about 15 people were killed. They kept falling off, and they fall down. It tends to be fatal. So, but it was made in 1930, and as I say, that's not status, it's statue. So, would you be an engineer, Jasmine? Would you like to build things like this?
I don't think I will. It's too dangerous.
No. I think you told me last week you're not sure what you want to be yet. So an engineer's out. How about a doctor?
No, it's disgusting.
All right, so not engineer, not doctor. So what are you going to be? Will you be a checkout chick? Do you know what that is? A checkout chick?
I don't know what. What is checkout chick?
It's a girl that works at the supermarket at the checkout.
Oh.
We call them a checkout chick.
That's not nice.
No, she needs to tell me what she wants to be. I want to know by the 9th of January on the last class, you have to tell me what your job, the job aspiration
I
is.
guess
What?
maybe a investor.
All right, so an investor or investment.
Huh? Sorry?
What are you going to invest in?
Maybe stock or.
Who's going to give you the money?
So
something in finance.
Yes.
So let's call you a financial broker. And I'll talk to you in the last week and ask you whether you've changed your mind and want to be something else. All right, Jasmine, who would you like me to ask the last question to?
Absolutely, Zoe.
Absolutely, Zoe. All right, Miss Zoe. There you are. So what's that, Zoe? We have a hooded Zoe today. We call you a hoodie. All right. So Zoe, what's that dish showing?
Oh, the first winner.
All right. What's the Tour de France?
bicycle race.
And how long ago was it? How long ago was it? Maths is not your strong point.